Fine-tuned machine. Fine-tuned machine. This administration is running like a fine-tuned machine.
Hi, this is Ozzy, and I would like to devote this video to a discussion of lies. Specifically, of course, lies told by our new president, Donald J. Trump. I am aware that accusations of lying are freely tossed about between the political parties, often with significant justification. Like charges of fascism, racism, and hypocrisy, these accusations are so common that they often appear to have lost all objective meaning. Which is why, on one level, accusing a president of lying seems stale, trite, and even pointless. But my thesis, has always been and remains that this president is not normal, as a president or as a human being, and his lies are not the normal kind of lies uttered by politicians. For example, a politician might say that tax cuts for the rich stimulate economic benefits for the poor, or that the death penalty deters crime, or that global warming is exaggerated or even fraudulent. These statements seem largely false based on objective data, but I do not consider them lies as such, nor do I consider those who state them as in any way freakish or abnormal. They are just routine distortions of reality in service of partisanship. Donald Trump's lies are quite different, and support my contention that he is a certifiable loon, with no actual capacity to distinguish truth from falsehood, and that normalizing his behavior and his presidency is dangerously delusional. There are dozens, perhaps hundreds of falsehoods that have been uttered by President Donald J. Trump, but I plan to focus on two only, as spectacular examples of a disordered mind at work. Let's leave aside such transparent and perplexing whoppers as that the unemployment rate is 42%, 3 million people voted illegally, he opposed the Iraq War, his inaugural crowd size was the best ever, that Secretary Clinton slept through the Benghazi attack, and that tax returns under audit cannot be released to the public. All of these statements are flatly false, but let's look at two particular lies and take a moment to really contemplate exactly what they mean about this abnormal and unhinged man. Let's look at the tapes, shall we?
I guess it was the biggest electoral college win since Ronald Reagan.
And what did President Donald J. Trump say when confronted with the actual facts? Well, he's not exactly squirming.
I was given that information. Actually, I've seen that information around.
And here's another one that he stated multiple times during his campaign and after.
The murder rate in our country is the highest it's been in 47 years, right? Did you know that? 47 years. I used to use that. I'd say that in a speech and everybody was surprised because the press doesn't tell it like it is.
Of course, none of these statements are true. In fact, multiple presidents, both Republican and Democratic, have achieved larger electoral college victories than Donald Trump since President Reagan's win. And as is widely known to everybody, the crime rate and the murder rate have actually been decreasing over time, and are nowhere near the highest they've been in 47 years. Not even close. The falsity of these statements is not open to interpretation. It's clear from objective data that is readily available to anyone with a computer keyboard and at least one finger to use it with. I refer the interested viewer to websites such as Google and Wikipedia if you have 3.5 extra minutes to do some fact-checking. And that, I think, is what distinguishes the distortions of a run-of-the-mill politician from those uttered by a man with some sort of raging psychological disorder. What distinguishes Trump's lies is that they are so factually and blatantly false and so easily disproven that stating them at a news conference in front of journalists and 50 million television viewers seems bizarre to the point of utterly inexplicable. Clearly, since Donald J. Trump has stated these same lies repeatedly, none of his circle of adoring lickspittles has felt empowered to educate him about basic facts and reality. Or if they have, he has felt free to utterly disregard them. I am not sure which one is more frightening. Fine-tuned machine. Fine-tuned machine.
This administration is running like a fine-tuned machine.